Hi guys, what is up? This is Keisha and I'm back today to do another video. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time since I have done one of these types of videos. I wanted to come on here and just say hello to you guys. It's been a minute. I was reminded of two things today. I had two different encounters today, okay? My first encounter happened this morning with a phone conversation that I had, and I heard some very great news. This lady shared with me some of her life experiences and things that she had gone through, and it just kind of reminded me of how good God is, even when one, we're not deserving, two, when we don't think he's gonna come through, and three, when we feel like he does not hear our requests and hear our prayers, right? Now, let me stop some of y'all, because some of y'all been asking me, am I a preacher? Am I going to be a future pastor? None of that, baby, because no ma'am. I'm that person that I use profanity a little bit more than I should. Should I be delivered from it? Probably should, but I like to cuss it now and then. But I'm trying to get that under control too. But yeah, so in case some of y'all want to know, that's what it is. Yeah, I was just reminded of how good God is this morning with that phone conversation. Like, just to hear somebody else's testimony, like, it really gave me such a hope and such a inspiration that I really needed, so that I can get out of my own head, you know what I mean? And then the second encounter that I had, I was at the grocery store, and anybody know me in real life, I'm that chick that's gonna ask you, so what's going on? How you doing today? You know, I'm that person that's going to make small talk with the cashier, or the gas station attendant, or the waiter, the waitress, the housekeeper, the janitor. I'm that chick, right? So we were just chit-chatting and stuff. I was like, what's wrong with you? I said, you look like you not really your normally bubbly self or whatever. And I said, you really look like you ready to go and get out of work. I said, I know that look. She was like, yeah. She was like, it's just that my mood got messed up. I got stuff going on at home, and I'm here and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, I'm rooting for you, okay? I said, I know about them kind of days when your whole mood get thrown off. So I totally understand. I totally get it or whatever. I'm reminded that though you may be going through things, understand that there is somebody somewhere that may be going through much more than yourself. They may be facing a much bigger Goliath than you are. Their mountain may be a little bit higher to climb than yours. So it's like, with all of those things that we may face or we may feel, we still have to choose to be grounded. Choose to be thankful and choose to be grateful. That is so hard. It's hard, but it's possible. But I tell you this much, and I'm finna get ready to go. I really think the younger generation, my generation, what am I? I'm a cross between millennial and I think Gen Z, I believe it is. But anyway, I think the biggest connect with us is that there is a huge, not only is it a spiritual disconnect, but I just feel like, when I was growing up, I had my grandparents. Like, I depended on my grandma and my granny for everything. And what my 20-year-old self did not realize or understand, or my teenage self didn't understand, that they were not going to live always. And I feel like a lot of us are lost. A lot of us have experienced being lost or just going through the motions of life because that strength that we relied heavily upon, that direction and that comfort, that place of comfort. My grandparents were a place of comfort for me. Like, if nothing else was going right, I know that I could always fall back on them. Like, that was my I don't know about y'all, but that was my backup plan, right? And so when you have to live your life without your backup plan, it is really, really hard. And so I think the younger generation, one, not only do they not have that extra cushion, they don't have that backup plan. My dear Big Mama and them, they gave us God. They gave us Jesus. They gave us, we didn't want to go to church. We thought that's for old people. But let me tell you, Big Mama, Madea, the older generation knew something that we are now experiencing. Many times, life gets hard. You seem to lose your way. You seem to get lost in the shuffles of life. You get caught up in the motions of life, and you want more. You know there is more, but it's just like you stuck in. It's like you having a little issue getting unstuck. You having an issue shaking that extra dead weight, you know what I'm saying? Whether it come in the capacity of somebody you kicking it with, or whether it comes in the capacity of just negative thoughts or ruminating thoughts, just whatever the case may be, right? It looks different for different people. I want to implore you, like I'm going to implore myself, with all the stuff that's going on in life, y'all, we cannot afford to get caught up out here in these streets and don't have no adequate prayer life. That's for real, for real. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care what your title is. I don't care what your career is. I don't care what side of town you live on. None of us are immune from life and the woes of life. None of us are. We just not. So your socioeconomic status don't really matter. Your marital status don't really low-key matter. You know what I mean? Who you married to, what you doing, how many children you got, again, how many businesses you have. Those things sound good and they great and they look amazing on paper. But at the end of the day, when life starts to happen, if you are not grounded and rooted in something that is deeper and bigger than your bank account and your connections that you have with the relationships that you have developed, honey, you gonna have to be connected and rooted in something greater than that, with all this stuff that's going on out here in the world. And I think that's the biggest disconnect outside of fatherless homes. That's the greatest, biggest disconnect that a lot of millennials and Gen Zs and stuff are really, really experiencing. So again, I know this was kind of like all over the place. I'm a little bit rushed. I got someplace to be. I'm already running a little bit behind, but I really felt this down in my that I need to get this out and say this while it was on my mind. But anyway, all right, I hope that this finds you well whenever you guys are watching this or wherever you're watching this. I hope that this finds you well. Until we talk again, this is Keisha signing off. Peace, y'all.